There is a country in Southeast Asia named Myanmar, a very beautiful country with a rich culture and history. During this pandemic time, you may have thought about what it would be like to travel and meet people in other countries. If you were to take a holiday and visit Myanmar, you would be amazed at the scenic green rice fields, the ancient temples of Bagan, and the fascinating fishermen of Inle Lake. Most people in Myanmar live simple lives. They are hardworking, friendly, and hospitable. Many people in Myanmar don't make a lot of money and struggle to provide their families with daily necessities. Unfortunately, this would not be a good time to visit Myanmar. In addition to the COVID-19 pandemic, there is, right now, civil unrest in the country. For safety, many people have had to run across the border to become refugees in neighboring countries, such as Thailand or Bangladesh. People suddenly find themselves living in small camps with no way to make any money to feed their families. When people live in challenging situations like this, they are very vulnerable. Many become victims of what is called modern-day slavery. Have you heard of modern slavery? Many people think that slavery existed and ended a long time ago. But the truth is that there are more than 40 million people who are working as slaves in our world today. 10 million of these are children. If a child is a member of an ethnic minority or has a disability, they are even more at risk for becoming a modern-day slave. Modern slavery takes many forms. Here are some examples. Forced labor. This is when people are forced to work against their will, under threat of punishment. Debt labor. When people in poverty borrow money, they or their children may be forced to work to pay off the debt. High interest rates make it impossible to ever repay the loan. Child slavery. There are many kinds of child slavery. Children may work in construction, in a mine, at a garment factory, or as a maid. Forced and early marriage. This is when someone is forced to get married against their will, or are too young to get married. Human trafficking. This is when people get sold or tricked into slavery and have to do things against their will, from which there is little chance of escape. Anyone living in hunger and poverty anywhere in the world can be easily tempted or tricked to go with someone who offers them a good job and a better life. Parents who are struggling to find enough food to feed their family are promised that their children will get a good job, be able to go to school, have health care, and be well fed, if they are allowed to go. Some parents are even told that their children will be able to send cash home every month to help the parents provide for the remaining children. Unfortunately, these promises are rarely kept. After that last goodbye, some parents will never see their children again. Passports or identification papers are taken away, and people are forced to work hard in factories, fields, mines, or fishing boats. Too many children are exposed to toxic chemicals, dangerous machinery, and harsh environments. Some are forced into lives of crime or become child soldiers. One of the most important ways to prevent children from falling into a life of slavery is to provide opportunities for them to go to school and get an education. ADRA Norway is working hard in 7 different countries to give children a good education. ADRA works with the people of vulnerable communities to help them build and restore schools for the children of the village. ADRA teaches the parents about all of the ways their children will have a better life if they go to school. ADRA provides learning materials and teacher training so that local teachers can become better teachers. Teachers and parents learn that children have human rights that are guaranteed by the United Nations and their own local country. They are taught to respect and protect these rights. Su Su Paw is 13 years old and loves school. She wants to one day become a teacher herself. Su Su lives with her siblings and grandmother in a rural village in Myanmar. Her mother left some time ago to work in Thailand, but has not been able to send much money home. Her grandmother is having a difficult time feeding the children. She thinks that now that Su Su is 13, that she should quit school and go to look for a job herself. She thinks that if Su Su could find work in the big city, she might be better off and be one less mouth to feed. Fortunately for Su Su, teachers are supporting her and encouraging her to stay and finish up school. Su Su is very happy that ADRA is now working in her village and that plans are in place to build a new school. ADRA invites young people to learn a skill or trade so they can begin working and making money, often without even leaving their homes. In Myanmar, 2 vocational training schools have been built where teenagers can come and learn how to be a mechanic, a welder, an electrician, a hairstylist, a tailor, or how to work in the local service industry, where employers prefer to hire qualified and trained people. They are taught computer skills, how to manage money, and how to start their own business. When they can't meet with their teachers, for example during Corona times, they are trained through a special program for online learning.
ADRA has taught me how to do small engine repair. In my home village, there are many machines that are in need of repair. I know that I will be able to make a good income from my new business when I get home.
With the computer skills that I have learned at the ADRA school, I am confident that I will be able to get a job.
This training course has changed my life. I have been able to start my own business. It is going very well. I have already hired 2 people to work for me.
Before becoming a student here at the ADRA Training Center, I worked in Thailand for 2 years. It was not a good situation. I'm so happy with the skills that I'm learning here. I know I will be able to find work right here at home. I want to say hi and thanks to the children in Norway who are raising money to support us.
Where are you in all of this? You can use your voice to speak out against injustice and modern-day slavery. You can ask questions. You can think about the things that you buy and where they come from and how they are made. You can speak up when you see that people are being used as slaves. People are not for sale. Every child in school. By reaching out to your family, friends, and neighbors and asking for their support, you partner with ADRA for children's right to education. You help ADRA prevent child slavery. You help children like Su Su get a good education. Thank you for helping ADRA prevent child slavery.
Tusen takk.